Nate, what are some things you're kind of just seeing from Scottie in regards to his day one?
I don't know. It just looks like we're just letting a bunch of amateurs beat world number one. No, but
And we are back again, the best or most underrated golf podcast out there, man. Jacob Bridgeman had us scared for a second, dog, but the Clemson Tiger ends up winning Tiger's tournament at the Genesis Invitational by one stroke, edging out Kurt Kitayama as well as the career Grand Slam winner, Rory. Yeah, I want to give him his flowers and who he is, man. Edging him out by one stroke, shooting 18 under, man. So good job for him getting his first victory on the PGA Tour. So we're going to get into all that. And also shout out to the U.S. men's and women's hockey team for winning gold at the Winter Olympics, man. This is the first time the men's hockey team has won Olympic gold since 1980. I believe for the women, it's been since 2018. So we don't want to negate what they did this week. Congratulations to the women's and men USA hockey team, man. And a lot of people are saying, man, it's been pretty tough for Canada. I mean, the Toronto, they lost to the LA Dodgers in the World Series.
Oh, yeah.
Kendrick beat Drake. And now you got this. So it's been a lot of things going on for the country of Canada. And
Drake's Canadian. I forgot about that.
It's been a lot. It's been rough for the Canadians, man.
Wasn't the Canadian women's team that lost too? In OT? In hockey? I'm pretty sure I saw that.
I believe so. I believe so, man. So it's rough, man. But pray for our people a little north of us in the border, man. But we got some great things to talk about, man. We're going to get into the LPGA. Jeeno wins on the aging swing, the first tour on the tournament in the aging swing, excuse me. We're going to recap the Genesis, man. Again, Jacob Bridgeman getting his first win on the PGA Tour. Again, edging out Rory McIlroy and Kurt Kitayama. And we're going to talk about some players. Should we be worried about going to this PGA season? We've had enough tournaments played. We're seeing how people are what's the word I'm looking for? Again, pretty much acclimating to the PGA Tour season. It's been rough for some, been great for others. And obviously, Tiger Woods made some comments about the Masters. Is he going to play? What are our expectations for Tiger? And Brooks Koepka got another opportunity this week, man. How do we think he's going to play against a somewhat limited field? And lastly, well, two things left, Jon Rahm and also the things with LIV and the DP World fines and Ryder Cup implications. And lastly, we're going to talk about what it really means to be a man. So again, guys, welcome back to Golf Gospel Podcast. I'm your host, former NFL player, Geremy Davis, man. I also have the best YouTube golf show out there. Check it out at golfandgospel.com. But that's not what's important. The guy who's important is the one right next to me, my co-host, former Nebraska Cornhusker golfer, and the best PT in the Southwest, man, the homie Nate Wong. And like I said, well, I didn't mention it. Sorry, we're going to have the homie Chris Petefish on, who is on the Corn Fade Tour. He's been on PGA Tour America. He's been on PGA Canada, giving us some insight about some things on tour, strokes gained, and a lot of his insights also about the Genesis Invitational. So, again, guys, please like, subscribe, and follow us on X. Like I said in the beginning of this episode, YouTube views were amazing. We're super grateful for you guys who liked and comment. Even the people that commented on Spotify, super grateful. Stay locked in with us. And, again, if you don't like us, hold us accountable. Tell us what you don't like. Tell us if our takes are too hot. Tell us if our takes are dumb. We just want to continue to improve and provide you guys with good content, man. So, Nate, let's get straight over to it, man. The LPGA Jeeno wins the Honda event, edging out Chise Awe in 72 holes. I want to make sure I emphasize on that, since Nelly only won in 54, and we know who the real number one golfer is in Jeeno Thitikul. And, bro, irons and wedges were phenomenal this week. 80% greener regulation out of all 4 days. And it was her birthday. But the question I have for you, Nate, how many wins do you think Jeeno's going to get this year, including possible major win? Because she doesn't have one.
Well, hey, so she's won the 2 out of her last 3 starts, if I'm correct, because like she didn't play in Florida. And
she did play in Florida. She
she did.
So
2 out of the last 3.
Or 3. Oh, yeah, you're right. 2 out of. Wait, did she win?
She won
before the Annika,
KPMG.
and then.
KPMG.
Lynn Grant won, and then she won the CMM Tour.
Or CME, yeah.
Yep, and then the Florida one, she didn't really care. I think she treated that like preseason testing.
Oh, that's right. No, dude, it was super cold because I remember she posted a picture there.
Yes.
Man, I forgot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And then she went on to win the Honda event. So I think she's won the last 3 of her last 5.
Yeah. So. And we're gonna see Nelly 2024 season out of Jeeno, the real world number one.
There you go. Are you predicting
I
7
don't
wins for her?
I don't know if I want to say that. I think she's gonna win some
For sure.
more. I think it's gonna be multiple win season for her.
Absolutely.
I hope I don't want to say she will because majors are no one knows. Everybody brings their A game.
Never
I really
know.
hope
Yeah.
she gets a major. You know, it's
Only
hard.
one big time star won a major last year, and that was Minjee Lee.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like that.
yeah.
That was a household name. Now I feel like the girls that had one are becoming a little bit more well known.
For sure. For sure.
Especially Grace Kim. Because like
Grace Kim.
I feel like who won the U.S. Open? The Swedish girl. Like it's not. She hasn't
Maya
been-
Starks.
Maya Starks hasn't really been showing up a lot.
Yeah. After that win, she hasn't. Yeah, she cooled down.
And then your girl Mao Sago hasn't really shown
Sago.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, she's been a
But-
steady Eddie. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, anyways, I do hope Jeeno gets a major because it's hard to have a world number one in your tour
have a major,
and not have her not being a major winner. But what do you think?
I think she will grab one, bro. I mean, obviously there are a lot of talented, rookie or returning LPGA golfers coming back. Like my homie Gina Kim, she's getting back on the LPGA tour, and I'm a huge fan of hers. My homie Haley Cooper just got her card. She's a rookie on the tour. But then you also got women like Lottie Wode, who made a huge uproar when she played over there at the AIG Women's Open and played and actually won her first LPGA event. Excuse me, did well in the AIG Women's Open, and I think made a little bit of noise too in Florida. So obviously the talent's going to continue to increase with the women's golf. But, I mean, for who Jeeno is and a healthy Jeeno, because remember, she won with a bad wrist in the CME Tour Championship.
Yeah.
Now she says she's 100% healthy from obviously that ligament sprain or whatever she had in her wrist is fully healthy. And if she stays healthy for majority of the season or even if she's not healthy, she's obviously shown to still win.
She's not healthy. She'd still be a dog. Yeah.
She's still a dog, man. So I think it's going to get scary for the LPGA Tour. I can't wait to see her and Nelly face off, and Charlie Hole, because man, we see that Geno's 1, Nelly's 2, Charlie Hole's 3, so we got a 3-headed monster there, and I think that's exactly what the LPGA wants. Probably want to flip Nelly to 1 because they like obviously promoting her more than anybody. But if we can get a good final pairing group where Charlie's maybe in that tee time right before, and then we got Nelly and Jeeno facing off, that makes for some really really good TV, man. So. Shout out to the homie Jeeno Thitikul, man. That gives me a lot of fantasy points, honestly, for that win as well, man. But let us know in your comments, guys. I mean, hope you do watch LPGA. How many wins do you think Geno's going to pull off? I think she's going to get 5 and going to win a major, so that's a total of 6. 5? That's pretty aggressive. I mean, she already got
there's
1.
more events. There's more events.
There's way more events. Way more events. And more majors. So, instead of 4 in the PGA, and got 5 in the LPGA. So, I think she can get 5 and win a major. Not sure which major yet, but we'll see once it gets close, man. When that Chevron Championship happens in April, I'm going to be dialed into my seat, man. But Nate, let's move over to the Genesis recap. I think we're going to text our guest in, and when he gets in, we'll lock him in, man. But again, Jacob Bridgeman, man, wins the Genesis. And to his credit, man, probably had the hottest putter out there. I mean, he was number 1 in strokes gained putting. This weekend, he led the field in eagles, purse per green in regulation. His irons and wedges were working. He was ranked number 1. And it's crazy because we see all these stats about how good the stats look in regards to people who win their putting. And we always go to the driving range, we're hitting driver. Makes no sense. So we need to go to the driving range and make sure we're hitting putter, man. But it was crazy because, like, throughout the whole entire day, my opinion, I feel like he had a 4-minute type offense mentality. Aim for the middle of the green, 2-putting it out. Because he was the only one, in my opinion, who had the greens figured out. And unfortunately, we will get into Rory. Wasn't his best day putting, just on Sunday. The other days prior, obviously Thursday, Friday, Saturday, putted pretty solid. But today just wasn't his best, let him down. And I'm not saying that in like an egregious way, like, oh, he was just bogeying everywhere. It's just like, I burnt the edge, could have been birdie, made par. Burnt the edge, could have been eagle, made birdie. And I think it was on 16 when he just shorted that putt and almost made birdie, and he would have birdie 18. We're talking a different story. But, shout out to Jacob Bridgeman, man. But what are some things about his game that you liked from what you've seen, Nate?
Dude, like you said, his putting was really impressive. I had a little deja vu, and like maybe not deja vu. I had a little PTSD because I was like, we all saw how he did at Pebble on hole 18 last week. And I thought with Kurt Kitayama coming down the stretch, he hit a beautiful tee shot on, was it 17? No, 17's a par 5. So on 16, the par 3, he hit it to like 10 feet. It was getting kind of contentious with Kurt Kitayama. Another thing, too, is like this tournament was low-key like a bunch of young dudes versus a bunch of old dudes. It's like Aldrich and Jacob going against Kurt is like a middle pack, but then like
Adam Scott was making noise. Yeah.
All we needed was like Justin Rose back up there or something like that.
He missed the cut too. Oh my gosh, that's Rose, man. You're confusing me, bro. Confusing me. But And
Chris said he'll be on like 5.
That's cool. And obviously Scottie was not really a threat this weekend. Obviously, first 10 holes on Thursday, he went +5, which is horrible. Obviously, Scottie's not going to let that define him. He's going to figure out a way to make the cut, if anything. He makes his 68th straight PGA Tour cut, man. So shout out to him. But even going back to Jacob Bridgeman, they said it's been 176 putts since he's 3-putted. So when we got the hole 16, there was some nerves because he ended up getting a 4 there on that par 3.
Yeah, he hit in the bunker.
Yeah, he hit in the bunker. Kind of hit it long out of the bunker. And it was a testy putt downhill. And it's like, you kind of want...
He almost made that. It looked like it was going to go.
He did, but it's almost like it's good he didn't leave it short because a slider downhill is tough. So it's good he left himself an uphill putt to finish with bogey. But it was good because I was like, man, it's about to be 177. Well, 176 putt since he 3-putted. I'm like, yo, is he about to end that streak and 3-putt right here and get Rory back in it? Because my fear was if Rory would have just sniffed blood a little bit and got tied, I don't know how his
The putter wasn't really working for Rory, dude. Like, I mean, it was, but it wasn't. Yeah,
not on Sunday. So here it says on the front 9 for Rory, he missed putts a putt of 13 feet, another one of 13 feet, 6 feet, 10 feet, 8 feet. He lost 2.5 strokes gained putting in just 9 holes, man. Only on Sunday.
Hey, he made the putt on 18 though.
He did make the putt on 18, which made and again. That last putt, the second last putt that Bridgman had, I'm like, that was a nervous putt, bro. He laid that up. That was almost like
he laid that up, dude.
Then I think Fleetwood did that for his win as well. When he won a tour championship, it's like, man, I'm just trying to get here safely. And I mean, some people have the aggression. I'm gonna just birdie and get out. Obviously, saw Chris Goddard do it at the Phoenix Open. We see JJ Spawn do it at the US Open. Like, man, I'm just make this birdie and get up out of here. But that last putt that Jacob Bridgeman had was a testy par. And all I'm just saying, like, bro, is he going to do what Hideki did at the Phoenix Open, force a playoff, and again, you're going to have to face off against Rory and Kurt Kitayama at Tiger's tournament. And Tiger's obviously going to follow that thing through and through, and obviously the relationship with Rory and Tiger has, and then again, the gallery that Rory brings and just him being there before. I'm like, man, I don't know if Jacob would have been able to handle that situation. Now, Jacob's going to listen to this, because he listened to Golf and Gospel podcast. And I'm like, well, you two are wrong. And at the same time, I don't have to worry about going to the playoff because I'm going to just get it over with on the 18th, man. So, again, shout out to the homie Jacob Bridgeman. But, Nate, another person I want to talk about too, bro, Scottie, like I said, almost missed the cut. His first rounds have been really bad. Bad since his win early in the season, man. Let's look at this. So, his first round at the Genesis this week, he shot 74, 73 at the Phoenix Open in his first round, and then 72 at the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Nate, what are some things you're kind of just seeing from Scottie in regards to his day one?
I don't know. It just looks like we're just letting a bunch of amateurs beat world number 1. No, but I don't, dude. Like the Phoenix Open, I remember was like the short game. I think was what she struggled with. But granted, it was kind of grainy out there. I wonder if between courses it's just so different, because the TPC Scottsdale in Phoenix is going to present a completely different challenge than Pebble Beach, and then Riviera is just going to be a little slightly different, because it's just not as windy at Riviera.
Right. So
I don't know. Then again, I just don't feel like that's a great excuse for like feeling out a course, because
especially for somebody of his caliber too.
Yeah, especially if someone his caliber and everybody else has to feel it out, and no one sucks day one. I don't know. I honestly, it's got to be something mental. It's
Well, in his interview, he said that his mental game is the strongest part of his game. So this is where I kind of sent you that video about, club choices. Not in regards to his club choices, but should he get new clubs in the bag? Because there's this whole thing about how TaylorMade has made some new equipment, obviously with the driver, some of the irons and stuff like that. And he said he's against adding things to his bag. He says he's won plenty of time with his driver. He hates change. He's won plenty of time with his driver. So in my mind, he didn't lose his skill set. I don't think he lost anything mentally. So it's like, man, is it time just to upgrade your bag? And it's crazy because I say this loosely because this guy is still finishing like, all right, T3,
almost
T2, every time. I mean, now his streak of most consecutive top tens has just ended. I know the PGA Tour is hot about that. I believe he was at T11, so I don't think he finished in the top 10 at all. But we look at the day one for him. It was a field of 70, obviously signature event. T63 in strokes gained putting and scrambling. He was T63. And if you're scrambling a lot, there's probably some inaccuracy with the driver or with your irons. And he was T48. And again, we look at the Phoenix Open. When he was asked about adding clubs to his bag, he was against it. So it's almost like, is it time for change? And again, certain expectations for certain golfers, because it's funny, I saw a tweet today. It's like, man, Scottie just finished T11. He's falling off. And then Jordan Spieth finished T11. He's like, man, he's back. So there's certain expectations.
True. That's so true.
We have certain expectations for certain golfers, man. And we just kind of, and I say this super loosely too, man, we kind of look at Scottie too. He's been declining since his win. And like I said, I say this super loosely because it's not really a decline, but for his caliber, we'll call it decline. I mean, he won the American Express. Phoenix Open, he finished with a T3. Pebble Beach, he finished with a T4 and just finished with a T3. So he's going backwards. And with a lot of Scottie stands in the PGA, we want him to pretty much win every single tournament. Yeah. I just think like maybe there is time to switch something in his bag. And he's not playing next week at the Kazakhnit. I hope I said that correctly.
Cognizant, yeah.
So maybe he has time to like tinker and like maybe play with some new drivers, play with some new irons.
Switch to PXG.
Definitely not going to switch. It's great. PXG is they're getting tour players. I don't know.
I know. Pot Eater,
if they have Pot Eater, Marco.
Was Pot Eater TaylorMade?
Jake. That's a good question. I'm not sure what he was.
What if Pot Eater was TaylorMade and it goes PXG and then next thing you know, that's what Scott. Dude, think about how crazy it would be if he went to PXG. Like everybody, like PXG sales would go up like crazy.
Crazy.
I feel like if he went to Callaway or if he went to Ping or if he went to Callaway or Titleist, it would definitely be boosting sales.
Yeah,
but if you went to
they're
PXG,
already like a well-known market.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So if PXG does, because PXG, no disrespect to PXG, but it's almost like influencers and I don't know. Like every time I see kind of like again Marco Pence, Jake Knapp,
but they don't play the whole bag.
They don't. I think Aldrich Pot Eater had a Scotty Cameron putter. I don't think anyone's using.
I doubt he has, putter. And I doubt he has PXG woods. I doubt it.
Yeah. I mean, and again, anyone who wants to look at his bag, fact check us, please, and tell us if we're wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, Scotty's no way Scotty goes to PXG. But I mean, maybe there is time for change. And I think he has a week to figure out what he wants to do. I think he's going to stick to his conviction and probably not change what's in his bag. But why not play around with it when again you're not playing this week to kind of see. If it can help, obviously, it sounds weird to elevate your game when your game's already elevated. Scotty really just has to eliminate the day one outliers, bro. They've been so bad from a PGA Tour perspective. Like, obviously, it was me. I'd be happy shooting 74, 72, 73. I'd probably get more views on Golf and Gospel. But, we'll see if some things change for him and see what he works on this week as he, goes back to Dallas and try to figure out what's going on. But I do want to talk about Rory McIlroy, man. In his return from, obviously, Europe, coming back to the States, man, I think he's been playing some really good golf. I mean, for his first tournament back last week, finished with a T14. Solid finish for your first tournament back. And last week, I said I think he's going to finish somewhere in the top 15. Just got inside of that cut line for me. And then this week, finished at a T2. Played good golf.
Pairing.
But again, final pairing group. But again, like I said, Sunday, just couldn't find the putter. And you like Rory McIlroy as a
I think his putting's underrated. Just like today, it was not good. But like when the majors are going on, I feel like when he needed a birdie it would drop. Except for so the U.S. Open when he lost.
Yes, 2 years ago, yeah.
When he lost to Bryson, the birdies were dropping, and then it was like, all right, now you got to take the lead. He wouldn't, and then it would be a 6-footer to take the lead, and then he wouldn't, and then it wouldn't drop. So
that's what it was.
But it was putting great.
Yeah. And there's our guest, Chris Petefish. Chris, what's up, man? I heard you from Georgia too, dog. So, I'm a fellow, Georgia native as well, man. But, hey, dog, we appreciate you coming on the show, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, excited to be here, guys.
Yes, sir. So we just kind of finished our take on recapping the Genesis Invitational, man. Definitely want to kind of get your thoughts of what you kind of seen from overall spectrum or just those final 3 holes, man, because it got really, really close there for Jacob Bridgeman, Rory, and obviously Kurt Kitayama.
For sure, yeah. I only watched the last, hour of it, but I would say
a lot happened there.
A lot, yeah, a lot. I tuned in when Bridgman had like a 35-foot par putt, and I just assumed I turned on. It was on 16, and I assumed it was a birdie putt, and they're like, "Yeah, this is for par." I'm like, "Oh boy, something happened here."
Oh boy,
I missed some storylines. If we got a wedge or 9-iron in our hand, we got a long par putt. But I would just say, dude, like closing out golf tournaments is hard. Winning on the PGA Tour is difficult, even if you have a 6-7 shot lead. Like, it's just, obviously he played really good golf for, 3.5 days. Like, it kind of looked like he was holding on for dear life at the end. But, he's the best players on the planet. So it's hard to win golf tournaments, period, even when you're playing great. Because if you're in the mix, you can pretty much count on someone else, like, having an unbelievable day and trying to catch you, even if you're up by 5.
Yeah. That's
like
what
someone shoots 63, like Adam Scott, like.
I know. Guy's first top 10 like in several years, man. So I was super happy. I was talking to my other boy, Chris Ellie. He was like, man, I wish Adam Scott was American. I was like, all right. Oh, man, that's funny, man. But so Nate had various questions for you, Chris. Nate's a bit of a nerd. I like nerd out about golf as well, man. He definitely wanted to get your take on in regards to some things in regards to strokes gained, Nate, if you want to start asking.
Yeah. Well, first, Chris, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself and how you got into strokes gained and stuff like that?
Yeah, for sure. I know Nate from my junior golf days in Arizona. It's been
I have a crazy story about this kid too. So this guy, everyone needs to know this guy was. What was your best ranking? And didn't you win on the Corn Ferry?
Came in second twice on the Corn Ferry. Yeah.
Oh, Steve.
Top 300.
Yeah, so he was top 300. Yep. This guy is top 300 in the world, okay? And I remember one time I was playing this AGA stroke. It was a match play portion of the Arizona Amateur, and man, we might have met when there was 8 guys left in the field, and I get out. I just beat this guy that was he used to be a section pro, section champion, and then he became amateur. I beat this guy. I shot 67, and I was like, man, I'm feeling good about my game. I go on the tee. There's this kid. He's still in high school. I'm a freshman in college, and this kid's still in high school. And I was like, yeah, my brother's beat him before. I'm better than my brother. I could take this kid. I think I lost 12 holes in. I think it was, I don't know. I think he won 8 and 7 or something, or 6 and 5 or something stupid like that. This kid whacked. I left. I don't even know if I played golf that round. But Chris is a baller. So so anyways, how did you get into strokes gained and stuff?
Yeah. So I grew up in Northern California and then moved to Arizona in 8th grade. So that's where I met Nate and tons of talent out there in Arizona at the time, and played my high school years there. Got recruited. Played golf at Georgia Tech. Spent all 4 years out there. And that's where I kind of, you could say, nerded out into strokes gained, which it was becoming a thing. That, Scott Fawcett Decade and a lot of these platforms were just having their birth in the mid 2010s range. And so I got into it my junior year of college because that's when we started putting in stats. Because before I just thought, okay, fairways, greens, putts, whatever, and I thought I had a general idea of I'm good at this. I could improve on that. And I really had not a huge clue, actually, when it came to golf strategy and really understanding my own game. And I love math to begin with, so it just kind of paired naturally to merge those two together. But I was really struggling my junior year. Like I just kind of plateaued, really in college. Like I don't think I had gotten any better from like junior, senior year of high school to junior year of college. Like I just plateaued, and so it was truly like a make it or break it because it's like, man, if I was staying right here, I have no shot at turning pro. If I'm shooting what I'm shooting right now, like had like a 73 scoring average in college, verging on 74. Like I was struggling to make the lineup. I was a 4, 5, 6 guy. And so that was when I got into stroke skating, kind of understood it. I'm like, I really need to dive deep into this because this is like my shot at getting better and like getting the most out of my talent. Because I mean, I was a top 5 recruit, so it's like it's in there somewhere. You know, I'm just not maximizing something. And so I really got into the math of golf, and then had a crazy junior amateur season where I don't know the exact number, but I probably had 6 or 7 top 5s and a win that summer, and just really unlocked. It just like golf just like clicked for me. And I'm just like, dude, I've been playing golf wrong. I've been practicing wrong. I've been thinking about the whole sport wrong. And it just kind of had an aha moment for me. And I didn't like change my swing. It was just like, okay, dude, I know, I understand it now. You know that meme? Like that was me.
Yeah. Is strokes gained the new Moneyball then? Like,
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I think there's so much talent out there right now, and technology is so good. The coaching is incredible. Like, we just know more about how to swing the club, that it's going to be the little stuff that separates the elite from the great, or even like good from those that are doing well in NIL deals in college. So it's like, where is that going to come from? Like, it's going to come from this extra 10, 15% that you can get out of your golf game.
So can you explain like what is strokes gained?
Correct. So it's just an advanced way. It's a better way to keep track of stats. Mark Brody created in the early 2000s. So instead of having, hey, I hit a fairway or I hit a green, like you are essentially grading on a curve where you're comparing against everyone else, and you can kind of, then you're able to tell like how good of a golf shot was this? Did I like gain 0.2 shots on this hole? Did I gain, or did I lose like a half a shot on that singular shot? So I know exactly where I'm gaining or losing shots, and like your entire round is just a culmination of lost or gained like every time you hit a shot. So if you hit 72 shots, like you can do that millions, probably billions of ways. And so you get a really clear picture of like where exactly you're losing shots, gaining shots throughout the round. Because as you know, you could shoot 72 so many different ways. And if you just do fairways or greens, it doesn't paint a better, a good enough picture for you to really figure out how you shot that.
Yeah.
So the question I have is, how is that like implemented into like your game? Because like, do we really need it to like, better myself in golf, or is it more just like of awareness? Because like if I just go out there, like you said, in fairway, gun green, 2-putt, like, do I have to go like, oh man, well, I lost stroke gain here, like maybe I should start doing this? Do I just, like Nate always says, C-pin, attack pin, and play golf from there?
The only reason you would see pin attack pin is if you like played on a par 3 course and the pin was in the middle every single time. That's the only time that's like just attack the pin. But like, every course is different. If you're playing a like competitive golf tournament, you're gonna have some tougher pins. And so I think of it like a complicated game of blackjack is what golf is. And it's like, I could go to the table and just free will it and see how I, hit or stand on different hands and just play emotionally and just what feels right. But you're never going to play optimally. Like you're going to lose money compared to how you would play if you played from a perfect, strategic way, you could say. So that's how, strokes gained and core strategy kind of emerge and align in a way, because when you understand a lot of the strokes gained, then you can see and tell like, okay, this is where I'm going to lose the most shots. Like these are the pitfalls of the golf course. How am I going to avoid losing shots? Because it is so much harder to make up for like throwing shots away from a strokes gained perspective than it is than people realize. Like if you lose a whole shot somewhere, like on the PGA Tour, let's say like example would be you're in a bad position and you're probably going to make bogey from here short side around the green. Like the difference between making bogey versus making a double is like I need to go then make 5 5-footers in a row just to make up for that difference of a bogey and a double.
Oh.
And sometimes it's like, if you're losing more, like a par 5, if you're losing on a par 5 and the scoring average is a 4.7, let's say, and you make a 6, so you lost 1.3 shots to the field. That is so detrimental. You're going to have to go hole out a 25-ish yard bunker shot just to break even.
Yeah. So does the
if you
strokes
throw away
gain,
shots, it's bad.
does it change based off the field, or did you just always use like what the tour average strokes gain would have been in each position?
Yeah, I use what the tour strokes gain would be, because that was like my goal. So it's like those are my baselines, and I think you start to realize you can give yourself a little more grace on the golf course because it's like, hey, PGA Tour players make 8-footers half the time, and it's like it's irrational to then lose your mind if you're missing an 8-foot putt, or I hit this wedge shot to 14, 15 feet. I've spent too much time beating myself up. Oh man, that was a terrible golf shot. It's like, no, that's not. And so you have better idea of like expectations. You can be more rational about the results and the outcomes. And so like when the emotions and the negativity piles up, in reality, it wasn't that bad of a golf shot. That's when things can really spiral out of control. And so it's like, and so it helps in many ways, but also emotionally be like, man, you just don't have to be perfect at all. Like a lot of my best golf was from when I had like a slight miss and I was able to like be predictable and adjust accordingly versus a lot of people are just like, I can only play good golf if I hit it dead straight. It's like, no, dude, that's just not the sport.
Yeah.
It's too hard.
The first time I shot 67, I was duck hooking it off the tee, but like I got lucky because like, if you duck hook it, I'm on the right side of the fairway, and I would just play another duck hook out of it, and then I would just be in a good position every time. But other times I shot in the 60s, it was not like that. So
well, at least you guys are shooting in the 60s, so I'll say that much.
I haven't shot in the 60s in a minute, but what was I gonna ask? So like, how did you get like strokes gain stats when you were in college? Like when you just go to a random course, is there some like app or something you can just be like, oh, if I hit in the left side of the fairway, I'll know that the strokes gain would be 0.1 or something like that, or the right side it's a minus something. Like, is there some way you can figure that out?
So here's the thing, like the apps are all really solid, so you can just implement your data in your rounds into there. And as far as like chasing angles, I honestly don't believe it's important to know, like, hey, from this position, like, what is the shot expectation? Like, if I'm 100 yards into the fairway, like, okay, tour players are going to make birdie 20% of the time here or 25% of the time. And it's like, oh, wait, I don't have to, like, feel terrible if I don't get this, if I don't make a birdie half the time. As far as, like, hey, I need to be on the left side because it's going to be better or worse, like, I mean, rough is going to cost you, like, around 0.2 shots. And so it's like, yeah, rough is penal. But at the same time, that's why it's like, just hit the fairway. Like your dispersions, the more you understand like dispersions, which is like if I stood on the range and hit 100 drivers, I need to account for all 100 and not just the one I hit perfect because it's just not realistic.
Yeah.
Once you get a realistic how wide dispersions are, you're thinking of, oh, I need to aim for this side of the fairway, just blows up because your thought is, I just need to hit the fairway. Like we're not robots. Even the best in the world are like, dude, just hit the fairway. Like what target gives me the best chance of hitting this fairway? Not like I need to be in this specific part of the fairway because it doesn't even give you enough of an advantage to then like try to hit in that specific part of the fairway. It's just like hit the fairway, avoid the rough, avoid the garbage.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So does the strokes gain more or less just help you with your practice versus like your course management?
It's tied in, yes. I mean, it definitely helps with practice because then like, hey, here's where I'm losing shots. Is it like mechanics? Is it the way I'm processing targets? Like, you're able to dissect and diagnose like where and why am I losing the shots I am. So then I can like have more effective practice. I know what I'm doing out there. I used to waste so much time practicing, Nate. Like I would go hit balls.
So did
for
I.
Hours
so.
and hours. Yeah, and just like like, oh man, I felt like I got so much better hitting like hundreds of golf balls in the range for 6 hours. In reality, looking back, it's like that didn't do anything. Yeah, I got reps in, but it's like I didn't get better because I didn't understand the sport well enough, and I didn't know how to play it to its full capability. And so strokes gain like helps you get efficient, optimal practice for like what you need out of your time. And then it also correlates to, core strategy. So you actually make smart decisions out there. So it's kind of two.
Okay.
So I like what you said about that. Like obviously practicing efficiently. I was never to the caliber of either you or Nate, and Nate always tries to like belittle himself. Nate is a really good golfer. How does one practice appropriately, for golf? Because I'm steady, always trying to get better, bro. I only know how to grind in a sport in one way. Because I played NFL, I only know how to work really hard at something. And I'm always asking myself, like, am I practicing golf appropriately, man? So I want to know your answer on that. Because like going to the range just for 6 hours and just hitting a bunch of balls, like, yeah, you got reps in, but like, did I get better? Like, what's your advice to that?
Yeah, again, I would say you have to know your game. I think for the amateur level, at the pro level, it's more important to really maintain that strength, because the difference between, the 50th ranked player in the world and 100th is not very much. And you're relying on that strength to carry you. Whereas the amateur game, someone may be losing like 7, 8, 9 shots in one area, where it's like, okay, we need to attack this area and we can improve immensely, 3, 4 shots around if we just attack this one area of weakness. So I think it's more important to attack that weakness in the amateur game, more important to maintain the strength in the professional game. And then when it comes to like, okay, how do I practice that? Some of that comes into like, again, some of the knowledge of like, okay, why are you losing strokes here? Like I think of a capture rate in putting is a good example, and understanding that if you hit a putt 3, 4, 5 feet past the hole, you're making the hole so small, you're realistically not going to make it. It's just not going to happen.
Oh.
You're going to have so many lip outs. And so it's kind of funny when I would play pro-ams and you'd have the amateur that's hitting putts like 5, 6 feet past the hole, and they lip out. They're like, oh man, I got such a bad break. I can't believe that went in. And I'm like biting my tongue, like, dude, that had no chance. Absolutely no chance of going in. You're lucky it lipped out, or else the thing is 7 feet past the hole, 5 feet past the hole, and you're going to 3-putt. So it's things like that can help a change the mindset of like, dude, no, this is like the math of what you just did to the golf hole, because you're hitting these putts 3, 4 feet past the hole. And like you need to leave some 20-footers short, or else you're actually going to score significantly higher. So sometimes it's just like, okay, I need to understand the game I'm playing better. But it also could be, there's specific drills for that to reinforce, that specific area. And then there's probably another 100 examples of areas around golf where people are losing chunks of shots. And it's either, hey, we need to practice this way, such as like, I think aim is such a big thing that you want, if you hit 100 shots on the range, I want 50 of them left and 50 of them right on my target. But that, we're not robots. So that doesn't mean that like, if I aim dead straight, I'm just magically going to have 50 left, 50 right. I may hit 70 of them to the left, and initially, and I need to adjust my body lines and aim my feet and my club face a little bit more to the right to then play for it and adjust. Like so, that. Yeah. That's playing golf.
Yeah,
you count for every single shot on the range and stuff, essentially.
I'm not like a Matthew Fitzpatrick where I'm like writing down every single shot. But I mean, we have technology for that. Like I have a GC quad, and like I'll put it on the ground, and it'll just monitor every shot, and then I can look and see like, okay, these are where the dots are. This is where my dispersion is. And so like when I'm at the range, I used to be like really judgmental. I'm like, man, I'm not hitting it well. Like, why isn't it going straight? Why am I seeing this? And now it's like, as I matured, it became more being curious. What are my patterns?
Yeah, what are your tendencies?
What are my tendencies, and how can I like adjust my aim for that? And so like, there's no reason to like, I see a lot of people like, see their numbers and like they'll miss 80% of the fairways to the right. And I'm like, well, there's no reason. Like you could adjust for that. Like if you had a gun and you shot it and you missed the target 80% to the right, how about we just aim our gun to the left? And adjust
just change
for
the
that
sights.
Shoot it. Yeah, just aim the sights, shoot it the same way, and it's actually going to go. You're going to have more shots on target. Like, see, there's no excuse to hit 80% of our shots to the right when we can just adjust our feet, adjust our club head to the left, hit the same exact swing. So you're not changing your swing in the middle of the golf tournament, and then you're going to like hit significantly more fairways.
So that's why I wanted to make. That's why I wanted to make sure he clarified that, like in the middle of a tournament, don't like just play your shot shape, because like I'm sure there are times like when you're practicing, like, man, like I need to hit a draw, so you're just working on hitting the draw and stuff like that. But if you're obviously in the tournament
Like
and
in
let's say
season.
obviously,
Yeah.
yeah, don't try to make mid-season changes like that.
Yeah.
Like if that's your shot shape, yeah.
I've been very
I'm
guilty.
happy.
of.
I'm happy you said that. I'm happy you said
Yeah,
that.
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
I think a
Hit up
really
Victor
good example-
Hovland, bro.
Yeah, right. He's a tinkerer.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Big time, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, a really good example I have of like that aim, which I've told the story a couple of times, is like I showed up to the U.S. Open. I tell myself, don't need to be perfect, all this, but it's like, it's so hard. It's my first major. Like, you're trying to be perfect. You show up to the tee and you show up to the locker room, and Scottie's like 5 lockers down because, you know, his last name is S and I'm P, so he's like right there.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, okay, well, this is big time. And so I try to be perfect, and I played, you know, poorly the first day at Pioneer, shot 77, and like I was just missing it left and left, and then well, actually, I was having a push, and then I just accepted it. And you know, the last 9 holes, I just accepted, hey, I have like a 5-6 yard push, and like, you know, hands up, I need to stop trying to control this. I'm gonna play golf now, and just play this 5-6 yard push. And I shot one under on the back while missing like
that
3
Pioneer
6-footers. Like I seriously should have shot like probably 3, maybe 4 under on that back 9.
Dude.
But that was like such a good example of like, dude, I didn't change my swing. I still wasn't hitting how I wanted to hit it. But like, I ended up, you know, I missed the cut by 4, but I was top like 40 in the entire field in strokes gained approach. And I was just missing shots. But I was predictable on where I was missing shots.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome.
Cool, man. Yeah, dude. Thanks for the rundown. Do you just to like tell everybody, like, don't you like try to get? Aren't you like trying to coach and do strokes gain coaching and stuff like that? Or
I do, yeah. So I got 2 main ways to work with me. I got like the fish tank program is what I call it. So it's like a one-on-one mentorship. You got to rely on the name. That's a one-on-one mentorship where I'm like working with, let's say, you one-on-one, going through your tournaments, you're plugging in your data, and really intensive, and just, you know, getting you really dialed into your game and how to practice and play better, which has been really fun to watch. A lot of juniors and players just, you know, win tournaments and you know, be along with that journey. But I'm also on a platform called School, which is kind of like a
oh yeah,
yeah, you guys heard of it? Yeah, it's like a Facebook community on steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got 2 communities in there where I'm teaching all of this content, and I got a free community and an upgraded community. So I'm building those, and it's probably been only 3-ish weeks, and got about 250 people in the free community right now. So it's been a good start, and yeah, just trying to get a lot of people in there to, you know, teach and get them to play better golf.
That's awesome. Question I have for you, like, so where are you at in your golf career? Like, are you solely just teaching? Are you still pursuing, trying to, you know, fully get on to obviously the highest level of your profession on the PGA Tour? Like, where are you at now?
Yeah, I mean, I still have full status on PGA Tour Americas, but I'm definitely winding down. I'm definitely more in the teaching mode. Got a baby on the way in about 2.5 months. So life.
Congrats, bro.
Congrats.
Yeah. Just had my first. He's 6 weeks old.
Oh wow! So you're in the trenches.
Big time. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to be there.
What is inspiring you to like maybe wind down with the competition, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like I think for me, it's like I got married, I got a kid on the way, so there's other things that are more important in my life than, you know, playing 30 weeks out of the year. Like I want to be home, so that's a big thing for sure. But you know, I was talking to a couple of other buddies. Like the tour's getting so difficult right now. You know, they're cutting more spots and more spots.
Yeah,
and
100 now. Yeah.
Yeah, 100. So if you're not a top 100 player in the world, it's like it's pretty tough out there. So you know, I was a top 300 player in the world. I, you know, didn't have what it took to get top 100, but top 300 is pretty dang solid. So I would say, like, I feel like I've given it everything, and I enjoy being home. I enjoy being a husband, eventual father, and there's just other things in life other than golf where I can get the competitive itch and really enjoy teaching. So it's all good.
Dude, do you have like a cool competition story or Corn Ferry story or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I would say, I mean, so many stories, but finishing came in second in Utah, and I was, I think, one of somewhere between 8 and 10 players on the PGA Tour, Korn Ferry, to play 72 holes without a bogey.
Oh,
Which is pretty
dang,
cool.
really?
Yep. Yeah.
Putter's hot.
Yeah.
Well, I think I was like 18 for 18 on up and down. So that
Oh,
was
wow.
Scramble golf.
Yeah,
Good.
I
Yeah,
scrambled out of my mind.
Yeah.
What was
Do
the
you know,
final score? Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead, Nate.
Oh,
Nate's
what
excited.
was the final score?
23 under.
That won it, or
No, I lost by
That you
one.
shot.
I was 24-1. I was in the clubhouse with like a 2-shot lead, essentially, with one guy that possibly could catch me, and he went on to birdie 15. He like nicked a tree on 16, carried a water hazard by a foot, and then made a 12-footer for par. Made a 15-footer on 17, and then stuck a wedge to 2 feet on 18. Beat me with my
Dude.
shot.
Korn Ferry is just birdie fest every freaking weekend. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry. What were you gonna say?
No, I would say, do you know Brent Grant?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so Brent's one of my good buddies too. And do you know Cannon Claycomb?
I've met him once. It was actually in Australia. It
Okay.
was for I was in college at the time, I think my senior year, and I met him. He hadn't even committed to Alabama yet.
Yeah, he's Alabama. Yeah.
So that's
Two
how
really
long
good
ago that was.
friends. Yeah, two really good friends of mine. They were on my Golf and Gospel show, man. So I just wanted to see if you knew them, man. But you got any more questions for Chris? 'Cause I do want to just talk golf with him and stuff that's been going on in the golf
Yeah,
world.
yeah. If that's cool with you, if you got time. Yeah.
Dude, I'm here.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
yeah. I just want to kind of go in, obviously, talking about golf, man. If we should be concerned about these specific players, I know it's early in the season, but their games have not been looking as good as we would want hope. So guys like J.J. Spahn, he's 2 or 4 cuts made. The cuts he did make, T40 and T45. You got a guy like Sam Burns, he's 2 or 4 cuts made. Keegan Bradley, former captain Keegan Bradley, 2 or 4 cuts made. T43 and T29. Then a guy like Ludwig Oberg, 2 or 4 cuts made. He did just have a solid, I think, top 25 finish this week. But should we be concerned for these guys? These are some guys that are all on the Ryder Cup team, guys who are in the top, the FedEx Cup points and stuff. Just love to kind of hear our thoughts as a group here.
Go for it, Chris.
You know what? I had to go to really answer that question well. I'm looking at Data Golf right now.
I look at that too.
I'm just looking up these profiles.
Because one thing for me, like Sam Burns and me and Nate have talked about this numerous times. Sam Burns is an amazing putter when he's putting for 20th place. Anytime it's time for him to like lock in and like putt for contention or putt to be in the top 5, his strokes gained putting drops down tremendously, man. So obviously he was a captain's pick last year for Keegan. Again, he was the number 1 putter on tour last year, but there are some concerns about how he played this week, how he played at the Phoenix Open too. His short game was kind of bad as well. And he hasn't won in a long time too. He's been close last year. Me and Nate talked about this numerous times, losing to Ryan Fox at the RBC Canadian. When it was time to clutch up and putt, he just could not putt, man. But yeah, let me hear some of your thoughts, man.
I would say without looking at the numbers, like I think Sam Burns is a dog. Like I just think he's a really good player. I remember playing with him at the Rolex Junior. I played with him and Scottie on the same day. Like that was a wake up to wow, these guys are good. Looking at his strokes gained, I would say, I mean, dude, he's had dating back to August, he's been pretty hot. Like 4th, 7th, 13th, 11th, 27th, cut 6. Like that's still really good. The only thing I'm actually seeing is like around the green is a little sketchy, like losing shots.
I remember seeing him on hole 16, Phoenix Open. He had to chip twice. You don't want to chip twice on hole 16.
No.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it was Phoenix. He lost almost 2 shots around the green in Phoenix, which that's a lot right there. But he does obviously rely on the putter. I mean, I think he was the best putter on the tour last year.
I think
he was.
Yeah.
He was number 1.
Correct. So, yeah, I mean, if you rely on that, putting is very finicky week to week. So it's kind of hard to like rely on that unless you're, Burns, I guess, which he just gets it done every week with the putter. But, I would say around the green, and sometimes his driving accuracy, it looks like, can get him. So again, if you're in a tough course it's penalizing to miss fairways, then you're not even in a position to make birdie putts because you're just not going to hit iron shots inside 30 feet.
Good approaches. Yeah.
You're just going to be having a 2-putt contest with yourself from 35, 45 feet, and you're not going to be contending. So it looks like the weeks that he does drive it well, and then the putter gets hot, then that's a recipe for winning. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I want to know your thoughts on JJ Spaun. It was funny. So when he won the U.S. Open, I don't know if it was USGA, they wanted his putter. And now he's putting, and he was like, no, I can't give you my putter. I just made this, 40-foot putt to win the U.S. Open. And now he's supposedly that he's not putting that well. And he's missing cuts. And I was like, well, you want to give him your putter now because he's not
give it to him.
do it as well. So yeah, I want to know your thoughts on JJ Spaun. Again, all these guys are phenomenal, man. We're literally just talking about sports, so it's not like me trying to kick him down or anything like that.
No, I would say you're definitely spot on more with Spaun. I'm looking at his stuff right now because data golf kind of gives you a rolling average of like how much better are you than the baseline player per round. And if you're above like 2 shots better than the average PGA Tour per round, like you're elite. Like you're guaranteed you're going to be a top 10 player, essentially. Somewhere around +2. Like Scottie was +3-ish, which is why he just destroyed everybody.
Why he won everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just why he won every tournament. But Spaun, I mean, I'm looking right now, like last fall when he was playing incredible and last summer, he was hovering around 2 to 2.3. And now, like this year, he has dropped all the way to 0.4. Like it's like a shot and a half worse around.
Yeah.
And I'm worried about JJ.
I am too. I like him, man. He has an underdog story. I mean, walk-on guy, San Diego State. Obviously he was going back and forth with some things with PGA Tour of Canada and stuff like that. Wins the U.S. Open last year, but now looks non-existent thus far this year. And that's why I said maybe it's too early. Maybe
it's a buy low. Too early. It's either a buy low or it's a this guy got crazy hot for a year and that was an unbelievable story.
Dude,
and
I
Nate,
hope it's
Nate,
not that.
what was my take, Nate? What did I say?
Yeah, that's what Jeremy said. He's all like, it was just like a one-hit wonder. But I'm like,
I said I'm scared he's gonna be a one-year wonder.
But he was good, like from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, and I'm like, that's usually not a fluke.
Sawgrass and everything. Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, did well Sawgrass,
and
then he lost to Justin Rose, and I'm like, that was still like he had some
FedEx,
glimpses good towards the end of the year.
He had a good season.
That's why I'm like, it can't be a fluke if it's all the way throughout the year, Whereas like usually the flukes are like, hey, I just did good in the month of May to July, and that was it. So
prove me wrong, JJ. I would love for JJ Spaun to prove me wrong, bro. But it just haven't seen. And the last person I want to talk about, I mean, I named 4 guys, but LIV Goldberg. There was a lot of hype of him potentially being a top 5 player. Ever since he won the Genesis last year. I mean, we'll see what Data Golf says. I feel like he's kind of taking a toll on his game. Now, I also know he was going through a bit of a meniscus issue, so he should have came and saw Nate, got some PT done, but he doesn't want to see Nate won. But I would love to know just your thoughts in regards to Ludwig's. Is he still ascending? Is he still in that top 5 conversation?
I would agree with you without even looking, not even looking at the numbers. I am a little concerned. Like, he should have been taking that step. Like, he was getting all the hype. I mean,
he was.
He's getting all the attention. Like he's the next guy. So I heard someone on Twitter like, I'm getting whiffs of like Trevor Lawrence right here. Like it's supposed to be
but
like the promised 6'6" quarterback stud, and it's like, where are the results, man? What are we doing?
Now, granted, Trevor Lawrence had a breakout year this year, so I'm like, can we see Ludwig too? But Ludwig's starting off pretty slow, so it makes me think like maybe this isn't his break. And his rookie year was 2022, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Yeah.
So yeah, year 4, it's like, man, we got to start seeing you getting it, because like, I mean, Scottie's an outlier, but Scottie obviously got into the PGA Tour 2019, won in 2022, and he has not looked back. And I'm not saying I'm giving Ludwig, Scottie expectations, but there should have been some like knocking at the door, like, oh, okay, I'm scared when I'm paired with Ludwig, and it hasn't been seen yet, and I want it to be seen. I do, but
we got excited. He won the Genesis last year, right?
Yeah, he beat Maverick McNeely in a good fashion. Maverick McNeely was playing really good golf, and like literally after he won, it's just like hasn't played that well. I mean, in the Masters he always plays well, but he like last year he fumbled on 18, and then the year before I think they all struggled on Amen's corner, and then Scottie just kind of ran away with it. But yeah, man, Ludwig, man.
Yeah, the numbers are suggesting that like he has basically gone downhill. Straight since the 2025 BMW Championship. It has been nothing
downhill
but down.
Since 2025. Oh,
yeah. I mean, this is as low as he's been since like 2023 when he was barely a pro.
That's not good.
It's not good.
Oh man. Oh no.
And the other thing too, he was like kind of ascending, and then since 24, there's been no peaks. It's just kind of flatlined, and now it's kind of trending down. Like there isn't. This isn't the
Numbers
stock
don't
that
lie,
you're wanting
dude.
to buy, right? Yeah,
They don't.
Yeah,
Numbers.
numbers
this is
don't
not on
lie.
Warren Buffett's
Dang.
buy list right now.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Last thing I
man.
want to discuss before we let you go, Chris, we won't take up too much of your time. I want to jump into everything that's going on with Jon Rahm living the DP World Tour. So this came out, I believe, 2 days ago. The DP World Tour announced on Saturday that yesterday. Now Saturday, that 8 players from LIV Golf paid their fines and met certain requirements to be granted their conditional release for the 2026 season and remain eligible to play in DP World Tour events and the Ryder Cup. However, Jon Rahm was not on that list. What has been like your intake or your take in regards to everything that's going on with LIV, Rahm, and obviously these Ryder Cup implications? I mean, obviously Ryder Cup's not going to happen until 2027, so still some possibility that he can get things figured out. I know he's, I think, going to appeal this and see if he can win that case, but I want to hear your thoughts, Chris, and obviously Nate too, if you have any.
Yeah, I would say LIV is in general. Like, I'm surprised at some of the guys wanting to leave now that they made 72 holes and they got some world ranking points.
That was weird to me. That was very weird to me.
Yeah, like now you're jumping ship after complaining not getting world ranking points for I guess
and you
years
get it,
now.
and it's like, well, bye. With the exception of Patrick Reed, who's playing phenomenal on DP World Tour, but yeah, I'm very surprised.
I mean, as a golf fan, like I want to see the best players in the world all in the same spot. And I think everyone's just kind of numb to LIV at this point. Like it just is what it is. I don't pay too much attention. Like go out and watch. I'd rather watch the tour. But at the same time,
I watch both.
Yeah, it's an interesting conversation, especially with some of these young ones, like a lot of these kids out of college that like get this huge guaranteed money. And
Michael Lasasso, Joseph
Ballester. And honestly, some of them I cannot blame them at all. Honestly, like the tour is so hard. There's no guarantee you're gonna get on the tour, let alone stay on there. It's like, if the tour's gonna keep cutting spots and gets harder and harder, then it's just like, it's kind of hard to decline that potential 8-figure deal when it's there's no guarantee you're ever gonna get anything. It's not like football where it's you have this guaranteed contracts. He just doesn't exist. So as far as Jon Rahm, I think. I don't know if I'm the most knowledgeable on, the Ryder Cup and all that, but I think my take would be, I'm pretty sure he said something like, "Yeah, I would pay to be on the Ryder Cup team. Like, I love being on the Ryder Cup team. I don't even want money. Like, I don't want to get paid. Like this is, I love being on that team. And it's like, well, if you want some of the points and stuff, you're gonna have to play the DP World Tour, and like he's refusing to pay or whatever
to pay the fines.
Well, so
it's like
from my So my understanding, obviously, if he continues to obviously be steady like he has been in LIV, because he doesn't win on LIV, but he gets top 5 all the time. He's going to continue to get a first row world golf ranking points, and there's an opportunity for him to automatically qualify for the team if he obviously keeps getting points and obviously end up in top 15, 20, whatever it may be. But if he doesn't, then obviously it's going to be a struggle for him to get a captain's pick, because you have to have a certain amount of DP World Tour events played to be eligible, from my understanding and everything that I was reading and whatnot. So I don't know if he's going to take that route. And also reading that him not paying the fine, I'm like, does this give hope to LIV? Like, well, I'm going to be on here past 2026, playing on here in 2027. I'm not paying the fine. I'm going to get world golf ranking points regardless on LIV. Now, they get crumbs, unfortunately, only 23, which I think is unfair, because if you finish 11th and someone finishes 55th or whatever, why are you getting the same points? I don't think that's fair. But at least they did get something. But I do, or it could be on the other side of Rahm, just like, I like my money, bro. I'm not paying the fine. And I'm going to just keep trying to appeal this and figure it out. And if not, I have to play really good golf and automatically qualify. That was, my take on everything. Yeah.
Wait, Chris, was there, because you got done in like 2024, 2025, right? Competing. Was there ever a consideration of like, I might do this LIV thing? Or like, did anybody from LIV reach out to you or your agent or anything like that?
No. I'm trying to think. Like when it first came out, I'm not sure.
2022?
I don't. Yeah. No, it might have been. So was it 22 was the first?
Because I remember they tried to get Ludwig right out of college. And
Yeah.
he said no. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. No, I didn't because I was tempted, like, yeah, maybe I should think about it, but because they were throwing crazy money.
Yeah, like when you
Yeah.
first started.
Yeah. So I mean, if
But-
no one did reach out to me, but if they did, I would have been probably tempted.
You've been
for
tempted.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That makes
Yeah.
I would have
sense.
been tempted. I mean,
Makes sense.
Like, give me an
Yeah.
offer.
You don't
but-
have to worry about Q school and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
You're going to
Yeah.
be well compensated, and you get to play competitive golf as much as people don't want to think it's competitive. I think it's going to be more competitive now because everyone's trying to get in the top 10 because they want points. But
Yeah.
obviously prior to that, with no official World Golf ranking points, it's just like we're just playing. I get a salary and stuff like that. Unless you're trying to qualify for majors and stuff like that, that's a totally different conversation. But yeah.
No, I would have been tempted, but at the same time, I was kind of in the midst of like just getting my Corn Ferry Tour card, and I've been working hard on that, so it's like I kind of had my head down, focusing on that as well. So,
How many tour events did you play in your career?
so PGA Tour, I only played the U.S. Open.
Oh, really? I thought you played
yeah.
in like several. Because the U.S. Open is like, oh shoot, like
Yeah,
For sure.
you freaking played in a major, dude.
yeah,
And Pioneers. So he played in the same one that when Bryson won. I remember.
Right.
correct. Yep. But I mean, Corn Ferry events, I don't know, maybe close to
A million?
100. I mean, 80, 100
Yeah.
somewhere. I don't know, somewhere in there. A lot.
Nice.
Did you get in through Q school or like?
I did. Yeah, I went through Q school in 2021, so I went through all the stages.
Dang, dude.
Which honestly, I think it's easier to go through the stages of Q school than it is to try to finish top 10 on
Just Monday?
the Americas Tour, in my opinion. Because
Oh,
you
really?
have to win because the points are so top heavy and there's only, 12, 15 events or whatever. And so if you're not winning, like you're going to have to finish like top 5 like 3 or 4 times in a matter of, 14, 15 events versus I have to come in 15th, 18th 3 times in a row. Like
Yeah.
to me, I think, that was
15 to 18 is
easier
more
feat.
attainable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I
I mean,
fe- I
winning,
feel like
guys,
that's-
winning's hard. Like winning's difficult.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
It comes down to a coin flip way more than people realize.
Dude, I feel like so. Do you remember Zach Wright?
Oh, yeah.
That played at LSU. Dude, he went through Q school 4 years in a row, and I'm like, dude, that's so impressive. Like,
Dude, he's so good.
I mean, he is a dog of a golfer, but yeah, like, I still think it's so impressive. I'm like, how did you not maintain your stats? He is unbelievable.
Right.
But the Corn Ferry is just that competitive that it's you have to shoot 23 freaking under to get second.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. But no, Chris, we don't want to take up too much of your time, man. Dog, appreciate you coming on here, man. Giving your knowledge about
thanks so
strokes
much,
game.
man.
I've been
Yeah,
looking
that
at ChatGPT trying to understand strokes game from like a mathematical standpoint. I understand it from like when people say like, oh, we use first strokes in putting because of this. But thank you for that knowledge, man. Thank you for the tip in regard to how to practice, bro, because I love grinding it out in golf. And I'm like, yo, am I practicing appropriately? But Chris, where are you based? You're in Arizona, right?
Atlanta.
Oh, Atlanta. You're back in
Yeah,
Atlanta. Okay, because
yeah.
I would say what course do you teach out of and stuff like that. I still want to know because anytime I'm back in Atlanta, I might look you up, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you can still hit me up, but I'm like Zoom and stuff. I'm not. There's some
Okay.
clients that'll come out and see me in person. Like I'll do some on course work, but I'm not like at a course in theory.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
Do you have any aspirations to move back to Arizona, bro?
You know
Shit,
what?
I think when a
it
baby
could
and stuff
happen.
on the way.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
baby on the way. In-laws
Okay.
are out there,
Yeah.
so yeah, it definitely could happen.
Yeah.
Is your wife from Arizona or is she from?
Yeah, she's from Scottsdale area. We met at Scottsdale Christian.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm trying to be like
dude,
a JV
well-
coach over there, man, for golf. I was a JV coach at Valley Christian
yeah?
last year. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. So I enjoy coaching. I hate saying this. I enjoy coaching golf more than football. So yeah, I have to look around like someone was gonna get me.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't say it too loudly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks
nah,
so much
man.
for coming
Yeah,
on, man. That
absolutely,
was
bro.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Appreciate it, guys. Yeah. Hope to come on
Absolutely,
again.
brother.
All right, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See you, man.
See ya.
See you guys.
All right, guys. Again, Chris Petefish, man, played on the PGA Tour
That
of
was
Americas,
awesome.
played on the Corn Ferry, man. Awesome, man. Please look him up. But Nate, man, let's continue to talk about this golf, man. So I want to move over to Tiger Woods, man. Made some comments about playing at the Masters this year. What's your mindset for Tiger going in? It's like, Are you hyped that there's hopes that he can go out there and win? Are you kind of skeptical about this? Like, what are your thoughts?
Dude, I'm always hopeful that Tiger is going to win at Augusta, I swear. Well, it honestly, it's because of what happened in 2019. You're just kind of like,
That was an amazing time.
it's always a possibility, always a possibility. So every year I'm like, Tiger's going to win. I put my life savings down on him winning. No, I'm kidding.
That's crazy.
But I just get so excited for him to win. And then every time he plays, it's like, it's hard to watch because he's just limping up hole 9 and he's limping up hole 18.
Yeah.
But anyways, the sentiment's still going to be there. I'm still going to be like, Tiger's going to win the Masters. And then I'll just let reality ruin my dreams. So
That's funny. I'm very curious in regards to, like, has he played a full 18? How is he training? Because obviously when he was prepping to get ready for this season, he tore his Achilles, man. So I wonder if, like, how is he altering his training methods and stuff like that, preparing for obviously one of the tougher courses on tour, which is Augusta. And are you going to play before that? Are you even going to do a TGL match just to kind of see if you can,
or senior
your
tour.
body can, or senior tour? Well, I say TGL because I want to kind of like progress. Like, are you going to do TGL and just say, like, how many amount of swings can I take before, my body's like, oh, I'm hurting. And then if your body can obviously prepare for a full TGL, it's like, okay, let me go play a 3-day event on the senior tour and stuff like that. Or I'm just very curious, man. But I'm not going to overhype it. I would love to see the magic of 2019 happen again, man. But an Achilles, you're age 50 now, a back. You're just going to have to strike lightning in the bottle one more time. And like I said, it's going to be tough to catch Jack. I know he still has aspirations to catch Jack. But, man, winning 3 majors.
He wouldn't be the oldest to win a major, though. So
He would be the oldest.
He wouldn't be. Because I think Phil won it when he was into his 50s instead of at 50.
Yeah. Yes.
He would be like the most injured, probably,
Yes. I agree. But, hey, let us know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Again, please like, subscribe, man. Share, follow, man. Hype us up like we did on the last podcast show, please. But, yeah, we'll let us know your thoughts again on regards to Tiger. Now I want to talk about Brooks Koepka getting ready to play this week. His PGA Tour return hasn't really been anything, great to say by any means, but he's playing against a limited field this week. I mean, you got no Rory, no Scottie, none of your big-time players are playing. What are your hopes for, for Brooks Koepka going into the Kaizen? You think making the cut's a win? Do you think a top 25's a win? Do you think he needs to go out here and win? What are your predictions here?
No, I mean, obviously, contending is the win. Like, you're Brooks freaking Koepka. You're not
For sure.
just some guy. I think I just don't know what expectation is going to be realistic for him because he just has not been playing well. I think Patrick Reed is getting a lot more love because of his performances recently.
I can't wait to watch him play again.
I can't wait to watch him play, man. I can't wait for the players so then he'll for sure play in the players, Actually, I don't know.
Patrick? No, Patrick, yeah. I don't think he can. He literally has to wait till August, yeah.
I forgot, he can't. Yeah. Because of the tour, it won't let him. But,
no. He didn't meet those requirements.
Yeah, I'm way more excited to watch Patrick Reed play than Brooks just because we're not seeing vintage Brooks. But, I don't know.
Yeah.
We weren't seeing vintage Colin in a while, and we saw vintage Colin last week. So who knows when vintage Brooks might show up.
You are indeed right, man, because nothing even looked close for Colin. Like, it's like, well, he's not even close to returning back to form. And he struck lightning in the bottle. So, I mean, there's hope for Brooks, obviously, and I think people want it for Brooks. But, I mean, these are the people in the field. So the highest rated player that's playing in this field is Ben Griffin, who's ranked 11. And your next person is ranked 25, which is second place captain here, Ryan Gerard. So, the field isn't that dangerous. And Ben Griffin hasn't been playing like 3-time winner Ben Griffin. He's been playing solid, like some T25s and stuff like that. But nothing that really strikes fear in you, man. So he has an opportunity. So here's some of the bigger names. Ben Griffin, Shane Lowry, Aaron Rai, who was playing well this week, Ramses Hogarth, who was obviously on the Ryder Cup team for Europe, or it might have been his brother. They both switched.
But he's talented.
Yeah, yeah, he is. And then after that, I mean, Hung Tong Lee, Adam Scott, he just obviously played really well. There's no one on this field that's like, man, you scare me, bro. So
Mm-hmm.
Brooks, this might be your best opportunity to at least get top 25, but at the max win this tournament, bro. Because again, no one's scared.
Yeah.
But again, golf's been so weird. Like you just kind of never know who's going to be that guy. Like Pearson Cootie's been playing out of his mind. Like we said, Ryan Gerard's been playing out of his mind.
Yeah.
Jacob Bridgeman just got his first win. You just never know, man. So I'm very very curious to see how Brooks is going to do, and this is probably. I don't even know how much view this tournament specifically gets year round, but I think it's going to get a lot of viewership now because Brooks is playing. Because
Yeah,
like
big
no one
names
else in that field is very like, oh, I gotta see this guy play. And that's no disrespect to the golfers, but like none of them have that pedigree. No one has that pedigree at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys. So again, please like, subscribe, man. We're gonna move over to our faith portion of the podcast, man. Again, it's called Golf and Gospel Podcast. And Nate, man, the thing that I want us to discuss is what does it mean to be a man? Obviously, there are some stereotypical things that come with that that I'm not going to fully dive in from a secular standpoint, but would love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like for one, you have to have some humility. And I think when you talked about like the secularness, like I feel like if you're a man after God's own heart, you have to be set apart than the rest of the world. And
Yeah.
it's hard to. Every man's got an ego. Every man's got an ego. Not every man is humble, you know. But I think a little bit of humility and what that looks like is, dude, you don't talk about yourself at all. Like anytime. I forget what was the saying, but it was. But at church today, this is a good example. At church today, our pastor was all like, "Hey, if God was to ask you, why should I let you into heaven?" And if your response is because then that's the wrong answer. And I think a lot of guys for some reason just have this like first
Work-based
person
mindset. Yeah.
work-based mindset, or like this first-person syndrome where it's like you think you're the first person of a movie and the plot's gonna work out for you. Where that's not humility. You know, it's about humility. This is what humility is instead of having first-person character syndrome or whatever, it's like how could I be the one to make the plot work out for someone else? You know,
Yeah.
but yeah. What are some of your thoughts? Just off the top of my head, what are some of your
No,
thoughts?
no, no. I love that. Just putting others before yourself, being selfless, man. Again, a characteristic that is not very popular in the secular world because it's a dog eat dog world. And it's like I got to go out there and get this before someone else takes it. And I think there are times, for that, man. But no, when I thought about this topic, what does it mean to be a man? I went straight to the scriptures, and one of my favorite books in the scripture is First Corinthians.
We're going over that right now. Yeah.
Yeah. And specifically, First Corinthians 16. And if we look at this, letter in its totality, Paul is giving men and women too practical instructions on like how to live out their faith. And we know at this time that the church, the town of Corinth, was going through church division, immorality, and just a whole bunch of stuff, man. But I love what Paul tells the audience in 1 Corinthians 16, 13, and 14. He says, be watchful, stand firm in the faith, act like men, be strong, and let all that you do be done in love, bro. And obviously there's a notion that loving is soft and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when we look at it, I believe it's 1 John 4:8, it says God is love, bro. So there is nothing, less masculine about loving, bro. And if we look at a few verses back, a few chapters back, like it says in 1 Corinthians 13, 1 and 3, it talks about the definition of the ways to love, right? And it says, if I speak in tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers and I understand all the mysteries and all the knowledge and I have all the faith so that I have removed mountains but have not love, I am nothing. If I give all I have, and if I deliver up my body to be burned, but I have not loved, I gain nothing, man. So if we're real men, we're required to love, right? And when we think about the two greatest commands that the Lord gave us, we're looking at, I believe it's in Matthew 22, 37 to 39. I've spoken about this before. Jesus says, man, they asked him, man, what are the two greatest commands? He says, man, to love your God with all your heart, all your mind, and all your soul. And he says the second is like the first, to love your neighbor as yourself. So, and I love that because the homie KB, I've mentioned KB on here plenty of times, pointed out to me when he says the second is like the first. So we see that loving your God with all your heart, all your mind, and love your neighbor, that's actually a simile. They work in unison together. The same way that we love our God with all our heart, our mind, signs, the same way that we should be loving our neighbor. And if we go back to what Paul said in 1 Corinthians 16, be watchful, stand firm in the faith, act like men, be strong, and let all that you do be done in love. I think that's what defines what a real man is, bro. And these are things that are actionable, right? These are things that we should be walking out daily. And again, this is what's the instructions that Paul gave for the church. And I believe it's in 2 Timothy 3:16 when it says all scripture is used for correction, for reproof. Like we need to be walking this out, man. This is what a man is called to do in this life. And yeah, man, I do hope that you guys take that. I hope the ones who have listened, it's like, man, I need to do better, standing firm in the faith. I need to do a better job loving my neighbor, loving my spouse, loving my community. This is what we as men are called to do. And even other scriptures too. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but I know the verse, but I don't know where it is when it says, no greater love than someone who would lay down their life for you, bro. And what's the ultimate sacrifice that Christ did for us, bro? That homie laid down his life for us, bro. You talk about being a man, bro.
Yeah, he's a man.
Yeah, he's big time. And a lot of us are selfish too, because like obviously I can say like, I'll die for Erica, bro. Like, but it's like, why die for my next door neighbor? I don't know my neighbor. I probably wouldn't do that. But like Christ, even though he knows us, he knows the number of our hairs and all, like he knows us. But it's funny because I'm saying it out loud, even though I know he knows us. But I never met him like walking down Jerusalem where he's like, you know what, we real cool. I'm gonna die for you, bro. Like he chose to make that sacrifice before I was even born, bro. Before I was even born. I mean, yeah.
And he would have done it for one,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely, man. But guys, again, let us know your thoughts in the comments. What does it mean to really be a man? I would love to hear your take. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast episode, man. And boost us up like the last one, dog. I don't know if the thumbnail was fire. I don't know if me and Nate would say something really good, but continue to uplift us, encourage us, correct us if we say something wrong, make fun of us, man. We do not care, man. We want the trolls to come in as well, man. Yeah. And again, follow us on X too. Have a conversation with us, and guys, we'll see you on the next episode of Golf and Gospel Podcast after the Cosmic. Peace.